I will be going over cellular respiration. This means the process cells use to turn food into usable energy. Every cell in our body needs energy for things like repair, movement, growth, and even staying alive. The molecule that cells use for energy is called ATP, and cellular respiration is how ATP is produced. Cells have a few main ways ATP is produced. These three processes are called aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, and fermentation. All of these processes help cells get energy. We're going to start off with aerobic respiration. When oxygen is present, a cell can run the full energy pathway. This path takes glucose, a simple sugar from food you eat, and then breaks down step by step. Each step releases a little bit of energy. Eventually, by the end of the process, a large amount of ATP has been produced by the cell. Aerobic respiration takes place inside the mitochondria. The mitochondria has certain structures and enzymes that allow the cell to give energy to the glucose molecule. During aerobic respiration, the cell makes two waste products, carbon dioxide and water, which your body uses or removes. Inside aerobic respiration, there are smaller steps like glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain. The next step is anaerobic respiration. When oxygen isn't available, cells switch to anaerobic respiration. The cell still continues to break down glucose, but it cannot continue through the full aerobic cycle because oxygen is missing. Without oxygen, the cell only gets a small amount of ATP, around 2 ATP per glucose, compared to 30 plus it would get during the aerobic respiration. Overall, anaerobic respiration is far less efficient and is unable to support high energy use for a very long time. Anaerobic respiration becomes much more important in situations where the body is working faster than oxygen can be delivered. When doing intense exercises, such as sprinting, your muscles uses up oxygen much quicker. The third process of cellular respiration is fermentation. Fermentation is closely related to how anaerobic respiration works. It is the process that allows glycolysis, which is the first step to breaking down glucose down. Without fermentation, glycolysis would stop completely, then the cell wouldn't get any ATP at all. Fermentation begins after the cell completes glycolysis. Glycolysis produces a small amount of ATP and also produces molecules that must be recycled in order for the process to keep going. There are also 3 different types of fermentation, according to the Science of Fermentation, published by Lab Manager. These include lactic acid fermentation. During the anaerobic process, starches of sugars are broken down to produce lactic acid. Among other waste products, lactic acid bacteria not only protect food from microbial spoilage, they protect the body from microbial disease. Lactic acid fermentation is commonly used in the production of foods like yogurt, pickles, and sauerkraut. The second part of fermentation is ethanol, or alcohol fermentation. In this type of fermentation, pyruvate molecules and sugars are broken down by yeast into alcohol and carbon dioxide molecules to produce wine as well as bread. The third fermentation is acetic acid fermentation. This oxidation process converts sugars from grains or fruits into sour-tasting vinegar and condiments. The difference between apple cider and apple cider vinegar is used for cooking.